You're not too busy. You're just wasting time. Harsh, maybe, but Seneca said it best. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. So before you scroll past this video to watch someone peel a mango with their feet, stay with me. Because what you're about to hear could help you stop living like you're immortal and finally treat time like the precious currency it truly is. If you're ready to stop wasting your life and start using time like a Stoic, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and support this journey we're building together. And watch till the end, because the last point will flip how you see your entire schedule. Number 1. Time is the one thing you can't refund. Seneca opens on the shortness of life with a brutal truth. Most people complain that life is short, but the real problem is that we don't use our time wisely. We're not frugal with time. We spend it like someone who just won the lottery. The problem? We never know when the funds will run out. Unlike money, time doesn't come with a balance check. Think about it. You'll hesitate to lend someone money, but you'll give away your time to people who don't deserve it. Bad relationships, pointless arguments, and 3-hour scrolls on TikTok. Seneca's point is clear. Time is the most valuable thing we have, yet we guard it the least. What makes this even worse is that most of us don't even realize we're wasting time until it's too late. Like that one friend who says, let's just chill for 5 minutes, and 4 hours later, you're knee-deep in YouTube rabbit holes watching raccoons wash grapes. So, the first lesson is this. Protect your time like you protect your phone when you're near a swimming pool. Be selfish with it. Not because you're rude, but because you respect yourself. Number 2, busyness isn't productivity. Seneca roasts people who spend their days buried in meetings, errands, and work they secretly hate. His message? Just because your calendar is full doesn't mean your life is. In fact, being busy all the time might be the clearest sign that you're avoiding what matters most. We often wear busyness like a badge of honor. Oh, I've just been crazy busy lately is modern code for I haven't had a moment to think about my life. But Seneca calls that out. He warns that people who are constantly preoccupied are like travelers who never arrive anywhere, always moving, but going nowhere. The Stoics believe that activity without purpose is just another way to waste life. And let's be honest, how many of your daily tasks feel like they're actually building the life you want? Or are you just stuck in a loop of to-do lists that magically grow overnight like gremlins? Humor aside, here's the real kicker. Seneca says many people die without ever truly living. Don't let that be you. Cut the noise. Focus on the essentials. Your time is too expensive to waste on anything less. Number 3, borrowed time is still yours. One of the most powerful ideas in Seneca's writing is that even when life feels out of your control, your time still belongs to you. That annoying boss, those endless emails, the boring classes, they might steal your energy, but they can't take your inner freedom unless you give it away. Seneca encourages us to reclaim control by being intentional. Even if you have obligations, you can still decide how you show up. You can choose to reflect, to stay calm, to walk through chaos with peace. That's Stoic mastery, not escaping responsibility, but owning your response. Here's a silly but true example. If you're stuck in traffic for 45 minutes, you can either fume and curse every other driver, or you can use that time to learn something, breathe, or contemplate your goals. One drains you, the other builds you. Same time, different use. So, if you feel like you're living someone else's schedule, remember this. Your time isn't stolen, it's surrendered. Start taking it back, one mindful moment at a time. Number 4, entertainment is the modern thief. Seneca didn't have Netflix, but you better believe he would have had something to say about binge watching. In his time, people lost hours at gladiator fights. Today, we lose whole weekends to YouTube playlists titled oddly satisfying power washing. Entertainment isn't evil, it's just sneaky. It doesn't feel like wasted time because it's enjoyable. But the Stoics believe that too much comfort dulls the mind. Life isn't meant to be escaped, it's meant to be engaged with. Yes, take breaks. Yes, rest. But don't confuse numbing yourself with nourishing your soul. Seneca would probably walk into a modern living room, see someone switching between Netflix, TikTok, and Candy Crush, and say, "You are voluntarily dying in installments." Ouch. The takeaway here is simple. Treat your attention like a luxury product. Don't spend it on junk. What you focus on becomes your life. And if your focus is scattered, your life will be too. Number 5. The present moment is all you ever own. Seneca warns us not to live for someday. He writes that people keep postponing peace, happiness, and wisdom, always saying, "I'll relax when I retire," or "I'll start living when I have more time." But the Stoics knew the truth. Someday is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. You don't own tomorrow. You barely even own today. The only time that's truly yours is right now. This breath, this second, this choice. So why waste it on regrets from the past or fantasies of the future? Here's the funny part. Most people would be terrified if someone told them they only had 1 year to live. But what if you treated every year as if it was your last? That's what Seneca advises. Not to be gloomy, but to be present. Time isn't running out. It's being used up. Every second you're alive is a second you can choose meaning over distraction, depth over noise, growth over comfort. So live like it matters because it does. Number 6, you think you have time, but you don't. Seneca pulls no punches when he says most people live like they're going to be around forever. We act like life has a reset button, but on the shortness of life, he reminds us, you act like mortals in all that you fear and like immortals in all that you desire. In other words, we fear death, but we waste time like we'll never die. It's a contradiction that defines the modern age. You fear missing out, so you say yes to everything. But deep down, you know you're running out of time to do what really matters. Stoicism slaps us awake. Your life isn't a dress rehearsal. There are no practice runs. This is it. Yet we still act like we have an unlimited subscription to existence. Imagine if every day your bank account lost $86,400 and you couldn't get it back. That's how many seconds you get per day. The Stoics want us to spend them wisely, not throw them at every flashing light and shiny distraction. The funny part? We worry so much about wasting money, but waste our time watching videos like 10 ways to peel a banana you didn't ask for. The solution isn't paranoia, it's presence. Be aware that every tick of the clock is one you don't get back. Number 7, living isn't the same as being alive. Here's a tough pill from Seneca. Just because you're breathing doesn't mean you're living. He describes people who merely exist, dragged along by obligations, habits, and routines they never chose. If that sounds familiar, don't panic. The first step is realizing it. Seneca admired people who choose how they live. People who reflect, learn, and strive for virtue. Not just promotions, likes, or approval. The Stoic life is about being deliberate, not default. It's living with your eyes open, not sleepwalking through a routine of empty tasks. Many of us follow routines we never questioned. Wake up, check phone, rush, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Where in there are you truly living? Where's the moment of clarity? The spark of meaning? The decision to live on purpose rather than autopilot? Seneca's advice? Wake up, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Don't just exist. Exist well. Live in alignment with who you want to become, not just what others expect from you. A full calendar doesn't equal a full life. Number 8. Procrastination is a time thief in disguise. One of Seneca's most relevant teachings today is his warning against procrastination. Not just the "I'll do it tomorrow" kind, but the deeper, sneakier version. The kind where we delay the important by drowning in the urgent. Where we say we're too busy to write that book, call that friend, or reflect on our direction in life. He says, putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes. The problem with procrastination isn't laziness. It's a misplaced sense of time. We assume the future is guaranteed. That's a dangerous lie. How many dreams have died in the graveyard of not now? the book you wanted to write, the business you wanted to start, the trip you wanted to take, all postponed for a better time that never arrived. That's the trap. Humor helps here. We treat our goals like leftovers. I'll get to it later, like it's sitting safely in the fridge. But some things expire. Opportunities, energy, even relationships. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It's usually a myth wrapped in a blanket of fear. Number 9. Wisdom makes time feel longer. Seneca observed something fascinating. Wise people seem to live longer, not because they're immortal, but because they use their time well. He said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." That's Stoic gold. The problem isn't how much time we get, it's how little we experience it. Think about it. A week on vacation flies by, but an hour in a boring lecture feels eternal. Time bends depending on how present and engaged we are. The Stoics knew this, and that's why they lived deliberately. Every moment was a chance to grow, reflect, or practice virtue. We often chase more time. Longer weekends, longer breaks, retirement someday. But what if we focused on deeper time? Being fully alive in the moment. You don't need more years. You need more you in each year. Here's the kicker. The people who slow down and think often end up accomplishing more. Why? Because they don't waste time on nonsense. They're selective, intentional, and rooted. One more time, learn to live like it matters. Number 10. Death teaches us how to live. Stoicism isn't obsessed with death, it's obsessed with meaning. Seneca believed that thinking about death helps us live better, not worse. He said, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Not to be gloomy, but to be grateful." Modern culture avoids death like it's bad luck. But the Stoics looked in the eye and said, "Thanks for the reminder. Death teaches urgency. It reminds us that every later is a gamble. Every argument, every wasted hour, every ignored opportunity suddenly feels heavier and more real." That might sound dark, but here's the twist. People who accept death usually live freer. They don't sweat the small stuff. They don't waste time proving themselves to people who don't matter. They live with purpose because they know it ends. Humor alert. If you think death talk is depressing, think about this. You've probably wasted more time deciding what to watch on Netflix than thinking about how you want to live. Flip that. The Stoics would tell you, don't be afraid to die, be afraid to live badly. If this video gave you the mental slap you needed to rethink your relationship with time, hit that like button, subscribe to help us grow this Stoic journey, and share it with someone who says, "I'm too busy," at least 12 times a day. And don't forget Seneca's ultimate reminder. Life isn't short, it's just badly used. Make yours count.